Hello brothers and sisters, thank you for coming back to watch this video and other videos in our channels and to celebrate Africa with us as we know things that are not going well and also those which are going well which we celebrate. So today we look at Sudan. Sudan has been at war since April 15 when the military rulers, because it was under military rule, and the Rapid Special Forces, that is the RSF of Sudan, started fighting because each one of them wants to be in power, and before then they had been together as they ousted the former president Mohamed al-Bashir. So this time we are seeing Sudan following Congo and Mali, and it is asking the UN to terminate political mission. So the junta asked the UN Security Council, they sent a letter to the UN Security Council asking them to remove an organization that is called UNITAMS. UNITAMS is United Nations Integrated Transition Assistance Mission in Sudan that started in 2020 after another organization which was called United Nations Africa Union Hybrid Operation in Darfur. And all this is supposed to assist Sudan transition into civilian rule, but see, it's all war.
So this organization UNITAMS had employed 400 Sudanese civilians. I don't know if it's Sudanese civilians,
I don't think,
because it says 400 civilians. We're not very sure. And it was deemed to be, their performance was deemed to be very, very disappointing. The reason they are asking them to pull out. So let me just read here briefly so that we get this story perfectly. The government of Sudan, in a letter to the United Nations on Thursday, asked it to immediately terminate its political mission, UNITAMS, in the country. The government of Sudan requested that the United Nations immediately terminate the UNITAMS mission. At the same time, we would like to assure you that the government of Sudan is committed to engaging constructively with the Security Council and Secretariat. Sudan's acting foreign minister Ali Sadek told the UN Security Council. The letter addressed to the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres said the purpose of establishing the mission was to assist the transitional government of Sudan after the December 2018 revolution, adding that the mission's performance in implementing its objective was disappointing, and that is in quotes. So, we know the UN.
Disappointing in Congo for 30 years,
disappointing
in Mali
Niger,
for 10 years.
in Mali,
So,
everywhere.
It's disappointing.
In Sudan, in Africa, it's disappointing.
It's disappointing.
Do we need the UN?
Let our viewers let us know in the comment section. But kudos for Sudan.
Wow, this is a big move, you guys. Because
But,
imagine.
But it's been a lot for Sudan, because we've been seeing a lot happening and a lot of people have been killed, especially in the Darfur region, by the Rapid Special Forces. And they are talking about this guy called Volker Perthes, who resigned in September after Sudan accused him of bias. And Sudan had warned that it could cut ties with UNITAMS if this guy, Perthes, addressed the council session that September, but held back after he quit. It had withdrawn diplomatic credentials Perthes back in June after the junta accused him of bias and misleading reports on the peace speeds in the country, long before the war erupted in April 15.
Imagine.
So he had
already
started before the probably this is even the reason why there's war in Sudan.
Yeah, there's a story that they are creating behind.
But it becomes very complicated because Rapid Special Forces was started by al-Bashir to quell resistance in the Darfur region, and thousands, if not up to 1 million people were killed in the Darfur region. Now they are doing the same. The Rapid Special Forces are back in the Darfur region because they took it, and there's been a lot of refugees going into Chad. And what they usually say because the whole part of Sudan is Islamic, but the area of Darfur is not. And there's those people who call themselves the Arabs, like they are black Arabs of Sudan. The people of Darfur are not. So that's why they face the blunt. A lot of them are killed.
Yeah. So what I can say
The good.
So what I can say about this is that kudos to you, Sudan, because 400 is a lot. Do you know how much one UN personnel is paid?
Yeah,
a lot of money.
Let us not say kudos to Sudan because they are yet to come together, the military and RSF, and stop killing people.
No, for me, if the UN is fueling the conflicts, then I think this is one big problem that needs to be done away with. Even before we say we need to bring them together and do what. If there's still that bigger power who is making them separate and they cannot even see eye to eye, then we need to remove that bigger power and then see if these guys can come together and, bring peace and stabilization. Living in a peaceful country is the best thing that you can ever ask for.
But do you know what is in Sudan? Oil, gold. There's a problem with areas of Africa that have minerals. It's either there is terrorism or there's war. Look at Congo right now.
There's war and
look at Mali, Nigeria, Burkina Faso, Niger, that area, terrorists. Look at Somalia, terrorists.
But why are we seeing all of these people removing the UN? Because they know the root cause is probably the UN. Maybe. And this is the beginning of settling out some of these conflicts and maybe having peace and stabilization in their countries. The reason I'm saying kudos to you, Sudan.
For removing, for
UNITAMs. If they're not doing their job, then they should go.
For terminating the
Exactly.
UN.
Why should we be paying all this money to
Why
these
do we
people?
need other people to come and help us transition?
Especially the
Because we are transitioning to the Western democracy. Why can't we have our own way of ruling? Guys, let us know what you think in the comment section. If you're in Sudan or if you're from Sudan, let us know what is happening.
Probably Sudanese people don't even want UNITAMs to leave. Maybe you are the ones with big mouths. Let us know, guys, what you think about this issue. Are you excited that the UN is finally leaving or it's being asked to leave? What is the feeling on the ground? We'd love to hear from you guys. And please don't forget to like the video, share the video, and definitely subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Hiyo tu chat. Hakuna kitu tunaweza fanya sana.
Nini?
Hii.
Tunaweza fanya hivi.